Alrighty, we are headed down to my grandpa's place. If you guys followed along at any at all last year, I was running some trail cameras on a farm that we turkey hunt. Noticed an extreme population of raccoons and possums. It was absolutely unbelievable. Every night, just droves of them coming by the cameras. And it kind of goes along with what we have seen with the turkey decline in my part of the world. I was looking for some projects to do close to the house, so I decided that I was going to do some nuisance trapping. Kind of late in the year, I had to obtain a nuisance permit. Went in there and I trapped 119 raccoons around a 20-acre bottom crop field surrounded by hardwoods. Obviously, it's good raccoon habitat, but we've also typically had a really good turkey population in that area. And we haven't seen a jake on the farm in 3 years. Like I said, went in there, trapped 119 raccoons. And I think whenever I did that, I caused, a great conversation through social media, the wildlife management world. We also, we had keyboard warriors, we had haters saying that we can't trap our way to turkey populations. You got to do your habitat. I did a radio show. A guy asked me which team I was on, Team Habitat or Team Trap. And to be honest, I'm on neither one. We need to be in this together. I'm tired of the divisiveness on social media, the keyboard warriors. It drives me up the wall when everybody can sit there and type on a keyboard and tell you what I need to do to improve wildlife populations on my place. Like I said, I'm not on either side. We need to do habitat, we need to trap, we need to do everything we can to improve the wild turkey populations. But on this specific property, my grandparents own it, and I do not have control of what I can do with the habitat. There's nothing I can do to improve the habitat. The goal for that property is not necessarily wildlife. Agriculture comes first. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the one thing that I can control on this piece of property is my nest predator populations. I can call the game warden, I can get a permit, I can go set a couple dozen traps during the nesting season, which is important, and I can go trap. Now, am I trying to trap my way to wild turkeys? No. But can it help? Absolutely. Like I said, this is the only thing that me personally that I can control on this particular piece of property. And I think that's what everybody's kind of missing. Whenever it's really easy to get on a thread on Facebook and say, oh, you're doing it wrong. I understand where those people are coming from, but every situation is different. And if everybody would kind of look at it from that perspective and say, okay, good job, Casey, let me follow along and let us know how the results go. Okay, well, here's the results. And I don't know if what I did last year caused any more turkey production than what would have happened if I hadn't trapped. But all I know is that when I went down there this spring and turkey hunted for a week straight, I saw 13 individual jakes in the 20-acre bottom field exactly where I trapped. Now, I haven't had a jake on trail camera or saw with my own eyes on that particular property in 3 years. So like I said, I'm not trying to trap my way to turkey populations. However, coincidentally, just out of the blue, 13 jakes show up. I've hunted a lot of farms this spring with other guys, and I've never seen 13 jakes on any other farms. So, did it help? I think it did. There's no other way around thinking that it didn't, because I didn't change the habitat. The only variable in this whole thing is I went in there during the nesting season. I actually got started late, mid-May, kind of like I am now, and I didn't know if I would actually do any good, but I knew I had a nest predator population that needed lowered. So even if I didn't do any good last year, I'm gonna hopefully be doing good this year. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back in to set traps, and I'm doing it at the exact same time. Yeah, I probably should have started sooner, but for my personal just curiosity, so to speak, I wanted to see if I go in there at the same time the following year, what the population is going to be like. So here we are, headed into set traps. I'm hoping that I don't catch another 119. If I'm gonna bet on anything, I'm gonna say that I'm probably gonna catch 30 to 40. It'll probably be good numbers day 1, day 2, maybe day 3, and then it's gonna drop off big time after that, is what my guess is, just because of what I did last spring and how I knocked that larger population, that deep population, so to speak, off of the top. So what I'm expecting is what a typical trapping program should be, where your populations are normal, so to speak, where a typical raccoon line, the first 3 days of it is really good, and then it drops way off after that. Last year, that solid 10 days, it just kept going. I think I caught 18, 14, 18, 10, 12. It just kept going. So, first day, maybe, I'm probably gonna say I'm gonna catch 12 to 13, and then maybe 8 to 10, and then it's probably gonna drop off after that. I hope that's what happens. So here we go, trapping program 2023 for our farm in West Central Illinois. We're gonna see